Well, I had a fun but busy couple of days, and now I'm able to sit back and put this video together. So first and foremost, Impulse is now available to play during Steam Next Fest. It's going to be available until June 20th, I believe. And along with that, the game is going to continue to add content throughout the week. So today they added a new map, which is called Refinery, which is one of the larger, if not the largest map that we've seen so far in this game. On the 19th, they're adding a new game mode called Lancer v Lancer, but it's only for that day. And that basically means it's going to be player versus player. There are not going to be any mechs on the field. And then on the 20th, there's going to be a competitive practice 4v4 playlist. So there's probably not going to be a ranked mode, but you can actually play the game and see what 4v4 is going to feel like. In my opinion, that's probably going to be where I'm going to play the most of. I think 6v6 is a little too hectic for how small these maps end up being once you include all the movement that the game has. And not only that, but now you can actually select which modes you want to queue up for. So now you don't have to play mode roulette. You can just pick the modes you want to play and queue into those. Now there are a few other things I want to talk about in this video, some more feedback. But before we get to that, I also want to say thank you all for all the comments you've been leaving on my last video. A lot of those comments were neutral to positive, which is great to see. I also want to see those negative and skeptical comments, which I did see in that previous video as well. I want to see both sides. I don't want to see all positive or all negative. So it's great to see that balance and seeing more or less where people are at with this game or with any game that I cover. And before we continue, if you enjoy these videos and want to see more, consider supporting this channel and sharing this video around. So when it comes to feedback for Impulse, I want to say that my first impressions were pretty much on point. The gunplay, like I said, is going to be fairly basic, but each weapon does hold its own role. So while you're not really combating recoil, you are combating some of the quirks that each weapon has. For instance, there's the burst rifle, but the burst rifle has a very long gap in between bursts, which can really put you at a disadvantage. You have the DMR, which is one of my personal favorite guns in this game so far. But once the enemy does get the chance to close in that gap, you are again at a disadvantage. You have SMGs, you have shotguns, there's a handgun that pretty much acts kind of like a hand cannon. It takes 3 or 4 shots to kill. And again, it's very slow firing. I would love to see another pistol be put into this game. Another handgun be put into this game with like a 15 or 20 round mag. With less damage per shot, but with much less trigger delay between each shot. And I can sit here and probably make a whole video about gunplay, but I'm just going to move on to the next thing, which is the hammer. I don't need to say it. The hammer is very overpowered. It is very overused and over-relied on by so many players. It is getting annoying now because every single match I'm getting hit over the head with a hammer at least 3 or 4 times in every single match. Doesn't matter the mode, doesn't matter the map, it happens every single time. That being said, I did want to give credit to this post that I saw where someone was asking to have a cooldown on the hammer. And I think that would be a cool idea. I think it would be nice if the hammer had a 3 to 5 second cooldown if you hit a player with it. So yes, you can still get the one-shot KO, but it's only every 3 to 5 seconds. So when you do get that kill, the hammer gets put away for 3 to 5 seconds, and you will just have to keep using your weapon. Now, if you use the hammer against the mech, there are no cooldowns whatsoever. You can keep swinging forever and ever until the mech dies or until you die, whichever comes first. But the moment that hammer makes contact with an actual player, it goes on cooldown. I think that adds a very good dynamic. I think that would pretty much solve the issue with the melee, and it makes it so that if you want to stop a player from hitting the mech with their hammer, you can put yourself in front of that, sacrifice yourself, and now their hammer is on cooldown. Alright, next up are the spawns. Yeah, we're all getting spawn crap. The spawns for the most part are okay, but there are times where I am spawning in front of the enemy, and there are times where the enemy is spawning directly on top of the objective. Neither of those are good things, and that has to be resolved. I said in the previous video, I think this game needs larger maps overall, or a smaller player pool, so a 4v4 or a 5v5 that is unranked. We'll get to see what that's going to be like on the 20th, I believe, if I got my date right. But 6v6 right now on most of these maps just makes the maps feel very small and very chaotic. And there are too many times where the enemy just has too much control over a map that the players just kind of get funneled and there's not really much that can be done because everyone wants to go in and try to win their gunfights. And in this game, you can't really win your gunfight against 2 or 3 other people most of the time. And one other thing to bring up in this video is that this game desperately needs a brightness and contrast slider. I like my games to be bright. I like to be able to see what's going on, but right now it's way too bright. Anytime I have to look at a target that is in the air, I just lose them because of how bright the sky is, how bright these buildings are. It's just so blinding that I can't see what's actually going on. So again, I would prefer to see both a brightness and contrast slider to fine-tune this. Because of where it is right now, the bright backgrounds and the bright sky boxes just really makes it very difficult to see what's going on. Overall, I've been having a lot of fun playing this game, but right now I really want to see what a roadmap for this game is going to look like. I want a brightness and contrast slider. I want to see the hammer get nerfed with a cooldown if it hits a player, and I want to see the spawns be addressed. Personally, I would like to see these maps be larger overall. Just get a small rework where they're just slightly larger than what they are now. That's it for this video. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are in the comments below. And like I said, if you like what I'm doing, just continue supporting this channel, sharing these videos around. It's really helping me a lot as of late. And I'm looking forward to seeing everyone's thoughts and seeing more videos about Impulse and where everyone's at with this game. Until then, I'm Mr. Rain, and I'm going right back into this game. See you guys next time.